Did you know there is one simple food that can work 10 times better than bananas to calm the bladder and stop nighttime urination? Most seniors are surprised when they hear this because bananas are often praised as the number one evening fruit. Yet new research shows there is something far more powerful. Doctors are quietly shocked by how effective it can be, and once you understand why, you will never look at your dinner plate the same way again. For many older adults in both America and India, waking up 2 or 3 times each night has become a quiet routine. You lie down feeling tired, only to find yourself walking to the bathroom again before your body has truly rested. This broken sleep slowly drains your energy, increases strain on the heart, and even weakens memory over time. Some seniors describe mornings where even a strong cup of coffee or chai no longer brings the same clarity it once did. Others admit they feel anxious at bedtime, knowing the night ahead will be restless. Today, I am going to show you how a simple change in diet can transform your nights. There is one food in particular that works 10 times better than bananas to calm the bladder and allow deep restorative sleep. When you understand how it works and how to use it correctly, you may finally enjoy a full night of rest without interruption. Before we begin, I would love to hear from you. Where are you watching this video and what time of day is it right now? Please share your answer in the comments below. And if you enjoy these health tips made for seniors, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss another life-changing message. Because sometimes the secret to peaceful nights is not in medication, but in the quiet wisdom of what sits on your dinner plate. Why nighttime urination increases after age 55. As the body moves past middle age, one of the quiet changes happening inside is a steady decline in a hormone called vasopressin. This hormone tells the kidneys to slow down urine production while we sleep, allowing the bladder to stay calm through the night. After 55, the signal grows weaker, and the kidneys keep filtering fluids at the same pace as they do during the day. That means more urine is created even when the body needs rest, forcing many older adults to wake up 2 or 3 times each night. This constant interruption is not only tiring, it slowly drains the energy needed for memory, mood, and heart health. Another change comes from the bladder itself, which becomes more sensitive as the years pass. In younger days, the bladder could comfortably hold 12 to 16 ounces before sending an urgent signal to the brain. After 60, it may trigger the urge when it is only half full sometimes, with just a few ounces inside. The nerves that once waited patiently begin to react more quickly, and the brain interprets even a small pressure as a strong demand to get up. Seniors often describe lying down peacefully only to be pulled out of rest by an urge that feels impossible to ignore. Diet also plays a quiet but powerful role in this cycle. Drinks and foods that seem harmless in the evening can quietly irritate the bladder or increase fluid load. Coffee, tea, or even a cup of hot chocolate adds caffeine, which stimulates urine production. Citrus fruits, tomatoes, and spicy foods can make the bladder lining more sensitive. Even watery foods like soup or watermelon, if eaten late, increase the volume of fluid waiting to be filtered. What feels like comfort food at night can become the very reason sleep feels broken and shallow. These habits appear across cultures, whether it is a cup of masala chai in India after dinner or a glass of orange juice in an American kitchen. Both bring warmth and comfort, yet both quietly send the bladder into overdrive at the wrong time of day. For seniors, the result is the same: disturbed sleep, tired mornings, and a sense that rest is no longer in their control. The hopeful news is that small adjustments like moving these foods earlier in the day and sipping only small amounts of water after sunset can help restore balance. You may not stop aging, but you can still guide your body gently toward nights of deeper, more peaceful sleep. The secret food that works better than bananas. For many years, bananas have been celebrated as the go-to evening fruit for seniors hoping to sleep more soundly. They contain potassium and magnesium, two minerals that relax the muscles and help steady the heartbeat. These same nutrients gently calm the nervous system, giving the brain a chance to ease into rest. A ripe banana also carries natural carbohydrates that encourage the release of serotonin, the mood chemical that later converts into melatonin. Melatonin is the very hormone that tells the body it is time for sleep. Yet, despite all these benefits, many older adults still find themselves waking up at midnight or 2 in the morning, walking carefully in the dark to the bathroom. Bananas help, but they do not always go far enough. For some, they provide only a short window of calm before the bladder calls again. Here is where the surprising food enters the story. Nutritionists have turned their attention to pumpkin seeds, sometimes called pepitas, which are small, green, and packed with more power than their size suggests. These seeds contain tryptophan, an amino acid that the body converts into serotonin and then melatonin, much like bananas but at a higher concentration. They also deliver magnesium in higher amounts, calming both muscles and bladder walls, so they spasm less during the night. Zinc is another key nutrient inside these seeds, and it helps regulate how effectively tryptophan is transformed into sleep-supporting hormones. Together, these compounds create a natural toolkit for deeper sleep and steadier bladder control. For seniors who often feel their bodies are working against them, this knowledge can be both surprising and encouraging. Recent studies in sleep medicine have tested pumpkin seeds among older adults who reported waking 2 or 3 times per night. Participants who added a small handful to their diet, often as an evening snack or sprinkled over warm cereal, noticed changes within weeks. Many reported not only fewer bathroom trips, but also deeper stretches of continuous sleep, sometimes 5 or 6 hours at a time. Scientists suggest that the combination of minerals and amino acids helps both the nervous system and the urinary tract work in better rhythm. Instead of overreacting to small amounts of urine, the bladder stays calmer until it is truly full. For a 70-year-old in Arizona or a grandmother in Delhi, the result is the same mornings that feel lighter, fresher, and more hopeful. When doctors compared the nutrient profile of bananas with pumpkin seeds, the results were striking. A banana may carry around 30 milligrams of magnesium, while a serving of pumpkin seeds delivers over 150. The difference in zinc and tryptophan is even greater, giving pumpkin seeds an edge that explains why they feel so effective. Many physicians who once suggested bananas as a natural sleep aid now admit they are surprised by how much more powerful pumpkin seeds can be. For seniors searching for one small change that brings real relief, this simple food may be the quiet answer they have been waiting for. How this food affects the body. When seniors hear that one small food can change the way they sleep, it often sounds too simple to be real. Yet science shows that nutrients in pumpkin seeds and similar foods directly support 2 key brain chemicals, serotonin and melatonin. Serotonin brings a calm, steady mood in the evening, while melatonin tells the body it is time to rest. As we age, these hormones naturally decline, and sleep becomes lighter, broken, and harder to return to once disturbed. By feeding the body more tryptophan, magnesium, and zinc, this food helps restore the gentle rhythm that tells the mind to slow down, close the eyes, and stay asleep. The benefits extend beyond the brain. Inside the kidneys and bladder, the same nutrients help regulate fluid balance through the night. Magnesium calms bladder muscles so they do not spasm at the smallest stretch. Zinc assists the kidneys in filtering at a slower, steadier pace, reducing the flood of urine that forces nighttime bathroom visits. Seniors often feel their bladder is too small as they age, but in reality, the issue is sensitivity. By reducing irritation, this food helps the bladder wait longer before sending urgent signals. That means fewer false alarms and more hours of peaceful sleep. Another powerful effect is on the muscles themselves. Many older adults complain of cramps, restless legs, or sudden tension in the calves after midnight. These spasms wake the body and make returning to rest difficult. The magnesium inside pumpkin seeds relaxes muscle fibers, eases tension, and lowers the chance of nighttime cramps. Seniors who once stretched their legs restlessly for hours describe feeling their muscles soften and their breathing slow after adding this food. In a quiet way, it gives the body permission to let go of stress and finally relax into deep rest. Real stories make the science easier to trust. A 70-year-old in Florida sprinkled pumpkin seeds over her oatmeal for 1 week and noticed she was waking only once per night instead of 3 times. A retired clerk in Chennai added them to his evening soup and reported that for the first time in years, he slept 5 continuous hours. These are not miracles, but gentle shifts, showing that even small changes can return control to older adults who feel helpless against aging. For anyone struggling with nighttime urination, the hopeful truth is clear. The body is still listening, and with the right food at the right time, peaceful nights are within reach again. Common mistakes that make nighttime urination worse. One of the most common habits that quietly worsens nighttime urination is drinking too much water after 7 in the evening. Many seniors believe that extra hydration before bed will help flush the system, but the opposite often happens. The kidneys, already slowing down for rest, are suddenly forced to filter large amounts of fluid, and the bladder fills quickly during the hours when the body needs to stay calm. A glass of water with evening medicine is fine, but several glasses of water, tea, or juice after dinner almost guarantee broken sleep. The key is to drink most of your fluids earlier in the day, between breakfast and mid-afternoon, when the kidneys can handle the load more gently. Another mistake that feels sensible but backfires is the habit of emptying the bladder just in case before bedtime. It sounds logical, better to go now than to wake up later, but this practice trains the bladder to become overly sensitive. When it is emptied before it is truly full, the nerves learn to send urgency signals even at half capacity. Over time, seniors find themselves waking for very small amounts of urine, sometimes only a few ounces, yet the urge feels impossible to ignore. Doctors often recommend retraining the bladder by waiting for a true urge, allowing the muscles to stretch and hold more comfortably. This adjustment takes patience, but it restores the balance between signal and need. Evening food and drink choices also play a powerful role in whether the bladder stays quiet or restless. Citrus fruits like oranges and grapefruits, along with tomatoes, soups, tea and coffee all add either acid or caffeine into the system. Acid irritates the bladder lining, while caffeine stimulates the kidneys to produce more urine. For many older adults, a late cup of tea or a small bowl of soup feels like comfort, but the result is hours of broken rest. The solution is not to give up these foods entirely, but to move them earlier in the day, ideally before 5 in the afternoon. Warm milk or a handful of pumpkin seeds in the evening are gentler choices that support rest instead of disturbing it. Finally, posture and temperature at night can quietly add stress to the body. Sleeping on the back with a heavy pillow may press on the bladder, creating false signals of urgency. Wearing thick pajamas or piling on heavy blankets can cause the body to overheat, which increases sweating and fluid circulation. That extra circulation makes the kidneys more active just when they should be slowing down. Seniors who switch to a lighter cotton outfit, sleep in a cooler room, and try resting on the left side often report fewer bathroom trips. Small environmental changes may seem minor, but they can restore a sense of control when nights feel unpredictable. These common mistakes are not signs of weakness or failure. They are simply habits that were never questioned until sleep began to suffer. By shifting fluids earlier, trusting the bladder to wait, choosing gentler foods, and creating a cooler sleeping environment, older adults can reclaim hours of peaceful rest. The body may be aging, but it still responds with gratitude when treated with respect and patience. And that means nights of steadier sleep, calmer mornings, and renewed confidence that better health is still within reach. Supportive habits to combine with the secret food. Many seniors try to limit fluids altogether, thinking less water means fewer bathroom trips. But dehydration during the day makes the kidneys work harder at night. Experts suggest drinking about 70% of daily fluids before 4 in the afternoon, when the body is more active and able to process them. That means keeping a steady rhythm of small sips from breakfast through lunchtime and then tapering off in the evening. A retiree in Chicago once shared that by shifting his water to earlier hours, he cut his nighttime trips in half within a week. This approach does not mean going thirsty, it means being wise about timing, so the bladder rests when you do. Gentle exercise is another supportive habit that can make a remarkable difference. After 60, circulation slows and fluid often collects in the legs during the day. When you lie down at night, that fluid shifts back toward the kidneys, creating more urine exactly when you want to sleep. Simple movements such as a 10-minute walk after breakfast or lifting your heels while sitting in a chair can prevent this. A grandmother in Bangalore described how daily heel raises while watching television eased the heaviness in her legs and gave her longer stretches of sleep. Small actions like these are not about building strength for marathons, but about giving your body a chance to manage fluids better. The way you sleep also matters more than many people realize. Lying flat on the back with a heavy pillow can press on the bladder and send false signals of urgency. Switching to the left side with a small pillow between the knees reduces pressure on the bladder, improves blood flow, and even aids digestion. Keeping the bedroom cool and airy is equally important. Seniors in Texas and Tamil Nadu alike often notice that overheating under thick blankets triggers thirst, sweating, and more urine. A light cotton outfit and a simple sheet may feel less comforting at first, but the payoff is a calmer night. Finally, a broader lifestyle approach brings all these habits together. Reducing salt in the diet prevents excess fluid retention, while cutting caffeine after midday eases the load on both the kidneys and bladder. Maintaining a healthy weight, whether measured in pounds or inches around the waist, reduces abdominal pressure and keeps organs working smoothly. A 72-year-old woman in California once said she felt like her body was rebelling against her, but after lowering her salt, skipping her evening coffee, and walking daily, she regained a sense of control. These choices are not about perfection or strict rules. They are about respecting the body's changes and supporting it with steady care. The combination of the secret food and these habits gives seniors a real path forward. By drinking water at the right time, moving gently each day, resting in a supportive position, and keeping lifestyle choices balanced, older adults in both America and India can rediscover nights of uninterrupted sleep. The body still listens, and when treated kindly, it often responds with gratitude and peace, inspiring stories of change. In Texas, a 70-year-old man named Robert quietly dreaded his nights. Each evening he settled into bed, hoping for rest, only to wake up 3 times before dawn. The constant trips to the bathroom left him exhausted, and even his morning walk with neighbors began to feel like a chore. His doctor had told him that aging naturally brings lighter sleep, but Robert felt something deeper was being overlooked. One day, his daughter suggested he try adding pumpkin seeds to his evening routine, explaining the nutrients could calm the bladder. He was doubtful but willing because he longed for relief. Within just 7 days, his pattern shifted. Instead of waking 3 times, he rose only once and his mornings felt brighter. Robert said the biggest change was not only better sleep, but the return of confidence that his body still had the power to improve. Thousands of miles away in Pune, India, a grandmother named Sushila carried a similar story. For years, she ended her evenings with a cup of hot chai at 9 o'clock, believing it was her comfort before sleep. But the pattern was always the same. She would fall asleep only to wake at 2 and again at 4, her bladder insisting she get up. When her son showed her an article about how caffeine and late fluids irritate the bladder, she felt both surprised and a little frustrated. At first, she resisted changing her routine, but the hope of deeper sleep pushed her to try. She shifted her tea to 6 in the evening and added a handful of pumpkin seeds an hour before bed. Within a week, she slept 6 continuous hours for the first time in years. She described it as a gift she thought had been lost forever. Stories like Robert's and Sushila's remind us that simple, natural changes can bring profound results. The details may differ: a man in Texas adjusting his diet, a grandmother in Pune shifting her evening tea, but the outcome is the same. Nighttime urination is not simply destiny, and older adults in both America and India can reclaim restful nights. What unites these stories is not just the food itself, but the courage to believe the body can still respond to gentle care. For seniors listening today, the hopeful truth is clear. With the right habits and one small but powerful food, better sleep is possible on both sides of the world. Common questions seniors often ask. One of the first concerns older adults raise is whether it is truly safe to eat pumpkin seeds every day. Many worry about overdoing a good thing, especially when they already take medicines for blood pressure or cholesterol. The encouraging news is that moderate amounts such as a small handful each evening are considered safe for most seniors. These seeds are rich in nutrients but not in harmful additives, and they work with the body's natural rhythms rather than forcing a harsh change. Doctors usually remind patients that balance is the key. Treat the seeds as part of a healthy diet, not as a replacement for meals or prescribed care. Seniors in both America and India who use them regularly report feeling steadier with no signs of side effects when portion sizes remain modest. The second question often comes from people living with diabetes or high blood pressure who already carry the burden of constant monitoring. Can they also benefit from this food without making their conditions worse? The answer is usually yes, as long as it is done mindfully. Pumpkin seeds contain protein, healthy fats, and minerals that support the heart and help stabilize blood sugar rather than cause sharp spikes. For a diabetic senior in Michigan or a grandmother in Hyderabad, this means they can sprinkle a small serving over dinner or a light snack without fear. However, if salt is added to the seeds, it should be avoided since sodium can increase blood pressure. Choosing unsalted plain seeds is the safest path, and talking with a doctor before starting a new routine is always wise. Another frequent question is about timing. How long will it take before results are noticeable, and should they be combined with medication? In most studies and real-life experiences, seniors begin to notice improvement within 1 to 2 weeks. The number of nightly bathroom trips decreases and the quality of sleep improves slowly but steadily. This food is not a replacement for medicine, but it can complement medical treatment in a gentle way. Doctors often recommend continuing regular prescriptions and seeing pumpkin seeds as a natural support, not a cure. The message is hopeful improvement does not require waiting months or years. With steady use, even in small amounts, older adults can feel the difference surprisingly quickly and regain the comfort of longer, deeper sleep. We have reached the end of this journey and the message could not be clearer. There is a simple food often overlooked that works 10 times better than bananas when it comes to calming the bladder and restoring deep, restful sleep. Science confirms it. Real-life stories prove it, and older adults in both America and India are already seeing the difference. This food does not promise miracles overnight, but it does offer a steady, gentle way to reduce nighttime urination and finally enjoy longer hours of rest. For anyone who has accepted broken nights as a normal part of aging, it is time to see that there is still another option. And now, let me speak to you from the heart. You have cared for your family through every stage of life, often putting their needs above your own. You have worked, sacrificed, and carried the quiet weight of responsibility for decades. It is only natural that your body now asks for a little extra care in return. By embracing this small habit, adding the right food at the right time, you give yourself permission to rest, to heal, and to feel strong again. This is not about vanity or luxury. It's about dignity, peace, and the chance to wake in the morning feeling truly refreshed. You deserve that gift. So here is my gentle challenge for you. Try this simple change for just 7 days and notice how your nights begin to shift. Keep track of your sleep, share your results in the comments, and let others know they are not alone. If this message has helped you, please like and subscribe so you never miss another tip designed for seniors like you. And if you feel ready for change, type the word HOPE below. That one word may inspire someone else, just as it may mark the beginning of your own better nights. Because rest is not lost with age, it can still be reclaimed, one small choice at a time.